Hi, thank you for watching Digging to China. I'm Dong Xiong. On Tuesday, December 14th, the Cyberspace Administration of China announced that the Twitter-like Weibo had been ordered to pay a penalty of 3 million yuan, the equivalent of about $471,000. The reason? For disseminating illegal information which is in severe violation of regulations including the country's cybersecurity law. This is the second time in 2 weeks that Beijing has announced the punishment of a major internet platform amid a further tightening of controls online. The internet regulator said it had fined Weibo more than 40 times for violations over the first 11 months of the year, with $2.2 million in the total penalties. Weibo said the company accepts the penalty and will start to implement corrective measures, including cleaning up soft pornography and misleading marketing content. The platform had 511 million monthly active users based on the latest number available on Weibo's website. 2 weeks earlier, the regulator fined Doban.com, a popular online platform for discussing movies, entertainment, and culture. The cyberspace agency said that Doban had also disseminated content that violated the country's cybersecurity regulations and fined the equivalent of nearly $236,000. During the first 11 months of this year, Doban had been fined a total of $1.4 million for content transgressions. China's President Xi Jinping is expected to become the most senior leader for an unprecedented third term next year. Beijing has been tightening control of internet content, news, and other information. Earlier this year, the Central Economic Planning Agency announced to extend the restrictions on the involvement of so-called non-public capital in the news industry. This was a warning to news organizations with private funding to go along to get along and not to break stride with the approved narratives given by CCP. The penalties against Weibo and Doban followed an explosive post on a Weibo account of Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai accusing a former vice premier of sexual assault. The post appeared on Ms. Peng's account on November 2nd and stayed visible for roughly 20 minutes before disappearing. Searches for her account were blocked on Weibo and her name was censored across much of the Chinese internet. Active discussions of Peng Shuai's predicament carried on a little longer and very briefly on Doban, because Doban users are known for deploying clever internet jargon and roundabout language to evade censors. Online content control is not limited to news and entertainment, but also to online gaming. On November 15th, Epic shut down its Fortnite servers in China, concluding a 3-year trial from which it never made a dime. 3 years ago, when Fortnite game had already made $1 billion worldwide, Epic, partnered with Tencent Holdings, sought to replicate the success in China, the world's biggest gaming market. Things started well with 10 million Chinese gamers pre-registered that summer, but it never fully launched in China. New video games need government approvals for premiere and sell copies or virtual items in China, and the licensing process is increasingly stringent and often unpredictable. This year has been particularly difficult. The government hasn't authorized a new gaming release in more than 100 days. Last September, the government capped children's playtime to 3 hours per week in most cases, encouraging them to instead spend more time outdoors and leaving enforcement largely to companies. In one article this summer, the state-owned media outlet decried gaming as the spiritual opium. The government has made it clear it wants video games to be brought under control. Tencent made a large investment in Epic and acquired Riot Games Inc., which makes League of Legends. Now it's buying up gaming startups around the world. Chinese gaming companies such as NetEase Inc. have also been looking abroad to set up studios in places from Japan to Canada, and by luring talent from other gaming powerhouses. Bloomberg intelligence analyst Matthew Canterman said, Tencent and NetEase, leaders in the Chinese market, are looking abroad for the next leg of growth in the gaming sector, speaks volumes to the outlook domestically. Other than tightening control in domestic market, Beijing is also launching content offensive to influence international narratives amid a growing calls for a diplomatic boycott of the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. According to Open Secrets review of Foreign Agents Registration Act records, China's Consulate General in New York paid around $210,000 in advance on November 23rd to a consulting firm based in New Jersey. The consulting firm aforementioned is Weibo Media. The contract is $300,000 in total that spans through March 2022. According to Open Secrets report, China is recruiting social media influencers to promote Beijing and China elements, including Beijing's history, cultural relics, modern lives of people, new trends, Chinese athletes' preparations, and touching moments. The influencers are expected to share at least 20% of the posts focusing on cooperation and any good things in China-US relations. Their content is also expected to highlight cooperation on issues like climate change, biodiversity, new energy, and positive outcomes. As part of the online influence campaign to promote the 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing and the 2022 Paralympics, the Chinese government is paying the firm to recruit influencers who are to be activated to drive viewership, mass awareness, and premium content for China. Promoting news and trends from the consulate are expected to make up just 10% of the deliverables, meaning most of the content is coming directly from social influencers enlisted by the firm. The Foreign Agents Registration Act records lay out 5 tiers of social media influencers recruited by China. They range from celebrity influencers with more than 2 million Instagram followers or 2.5 million TikTok followers to nano influencers with less than 10,000 followers on either platform. In addition to Instagram and TikTok, the campaign will also recruit influencers on Twitch and will measure success through viewership, impressions, and live chat engagement. On October 20, the CAC Cyberspace Administration of China released a revised list of sources for Internet news, naming 1,355 agencies. The number of approved organizations has nearly quadrupled since 2016. Yay! Plus, certain public accounts on social media and apps are included for the first time. However, the CAC spokesperson indicated that China's internet news services providers must adhere to the latest list and that violators will face punishment. That is no good. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I'll see you again shortly.